The fist of the survivor Goku collided with the fist of the happy Goku. It was like two comets crashing into each other. The sound was not like a normal punch. It was a crack, like the sky breaking in half. A shockwave of blue and gold energy exploded from their knuckles. It swept across the roof of Capsule Corp. Tiles flew off the roof like birds. The satellite dish on the top of the building bent backwards. The wind from the punch blew the clouds away, leaving a clear view of the stars. Survivor Goku gritted his teeth. His face was covered in small scars and dirt that would not wash off. His eyes were intense. He was not fighting for fun. He was fighting because that was all he knew how to do now. For the last year, every fight had been a fight for his life. Every punch had been to save the Earth. He pushed harder. His muscles bulged. His orange guy, which was ripped at the shoulder, fluttered wildly in the energy storm. Happy Goku, the one who belonged to this timeline, smiled. He was enjoying this. He loved fighting strong guys, and who could be stronger than himself? He pushed back. He felt the weight of the other Goku's power. It was heavy. It felt like sadness. It felt like desperation. Happy Goku's eyes were bright and excited. He shouted that this was awesome. He said that he never knew he was this strong. He said that fighting himself was the best training ever. Survivor Goku did not smile. He did not shout with joy. He just roared. He spun his body in the air. He kicked Happy Goku in the side of the neck. Happy Goku blocked it with his forearm, but the force sent him sliding across the roof. His boots carved deep grooves into the metal surface of the roof. Survivor Goku did not stop. He did not wait for his opponent to get ready. In his timeline, if you waited, people died. If you hesitated, cities burned. He flew forward instantly. He was a blur of motion. He appeared right in front of Happy Goku. He launched a flurry of punches, left, right, left, right. He was aiming for the face, the chest, the stomach. Happy Goku had to move fast. He dodged. He weaved. He blocked. He was surprised by the aggression. This other version of him fought like a wild animal. He fought like a wolf that was cornered. Happy Goku caught one of the punches. He held the fist tight. He looked into the eyes of Survivor Goku. He saw the pain there. He saw the image of a dead Chi-Chi and a dead Goten reflecting in those dark eyes. Happy Goku's smile faded a little bit. He realized that this was not a game for the other him. This was therapy. This was how he released the anger. Happy Goku let go of the fist and jumped back. He landed on the edge of the balcony. He shook his hand. He said that Survivor Goku was really strong. He said that he fought with a lot of pressure. Survivor Goku landed on a chimney. He wiped sweat from his forehead. He was breathing hard, but he did not look tired. He looked ready for round 2. He said that when you lose everything, you have nothing left to hold you back. You stop caring about pain. You stop caring about limits. You only care about winning. Happy Goku nodded. He understood. He remembered when Frieza killed Krillin. He remembered that rage. Survivor Goku was living in that rage every single second. Down in the garden, the 2 Vegetas were watching. Survivor Vegeta was leaning against a tree. His armor was cracked. The blue bodysuit underneath was torn at the knees. He had his arms crossed, but his fingers were digging into his biceps. He was watching the fight with a scowl. But he wasn't really looking at the Gokus. He was looking at the window of the house. Through the window, he could see Bulma holding the baby Bulla. He could see Kid Trunks playing video games. It was a picture of a perfect family. A family he used to have. A family he had failed to protect in his own timeline. His heart felt like it was being squeezed by a giant hand. It hurt to look at them. It hurt to know that they were alive here, but dead in his world. He felt like a ghost. He felt like he didn't belong here. He was just a spare part, a duplicate. The present Vegeta, the one who lived here, walked over. He was wearing a clean grey training suit. He looked fresh. He looked arrogant. He stood next to Survivor Vegeta. He did not look at him. He looked at the fight on the roof. He asked if Survivor Vegeta was going to just stand there and mope all day. He said that moping was not very princely. He said that a Saiyan elite does not feel sorry for himself. Survivor Vegeta turned his head slowly. He glared at his double. He asked what this Vegeta knew about loss. He asked what this Vegeta knew about watching his wife turn to ash. Present Vegeta went quiet. He tightened his jaw. He said he didn't know that feeling, and he never would, because he was strong enough to protect them. That sentence was like a slap in the face. Survivor Vegeta's eyes flashed with anger. He uncrossed his arms. His golden aura flared up. It was sudden and violent. The dirt on the ground rose up. The leaves on the tree disintegrated. He shouted that he was strong too. He shouted that Zamasu was immortal, that it was not a fair fight. He shouted that present Vegeta was just lucky. Present Vegeta turned to face him. He smirked. He said luck had nothing to do with it. He said power was everything. If you lost, you were weak. That was the Saiyan law. Survivor Vegeta roared. He punched present Vegeta in the face. Present Vegeta did not dodge. He took the punch. His head snapped to the side. A small trickle of blood ran down his lip. He wiped it with his thumb. He looked at the blood. Then he smiled a scary smile. He said that was a good punch. He said that maybe, just maybe, the other Vegeta was not completely useless. Then they both exploded into Super Saiyan Blue. They launched at each other. The garden became a battlefield. The two Vegetas fought on the ground, while the two Gokus fought on the roof. Capsule Corp was shaking from the foundation to the antenna. Inside the living room, Beerus was trying to sleep on the sofa. He had a sleeping mask on his eyes. It was pink and had cute eyes on it. The house shook. A vase fell off the shelf and shattered. Beerus growled. He sat up. He pulled the mask off. He looked furious. He yelled that he could not get any rest with these monkeys destroying the house. Whis was sitting at the table eating a strawberry parfait. He was calm. He said that the Saiyans were just blowing off steam. He said it was better to let them fight it out now than to have them fighting each other during the tournament. Beerus rubbed his temples. He said he had a headache. He said he was stressed. The Grand Priest had said they had to fight in the tournament of power. If they lost, the universe would be erased. That meant Beerus would be erased. No more pizza, no more pudding, no more naps. It was a nightmare. Beerus flew out to the balcony. He floated in the air. He took a deep breath. He screamed, "Enough!" The sound was not loud, but it carried the pressure of a God of Destruction. It felt like gravity suddenly got 10 times heavier. The Gokus stopped punching. The Vegeta stopped kicking. They all froze. They looked at Beerus. Beerus floated down. He landed on the grass between the two Vegetas. He looked at them with his yellow eyes. He told them to stop acting like children. He said they had a bigger problem than their feelings. He said they had to pick a team. The Grand Priest had said they needed 10 warriors, 10 fighters to represent Universe 7. Usually, this would be hard. Usually, they would have to ask weaker fighters like Krillin or Master Roshi. But now, things were different. They had duplicates. They had a surplus of power. Beerus started to count on his fingers. He pointed at Happy Goku. 1. He pointed at Survivor Goku. 2. He pointed at present Vegeta. 3. He pointed at Survivor Vegeta. 4. That was 4 top-tier fighters already. This was a huge advantage. Most universes only had 1 or 2 heavy hitters. Universe 7 had 4 Saiyan gods. Beerus looked around. He asked where Gohan was. Survivor Gohan stepped out from the shadows. He was leaning against the wall. He was wearing his dirty, ripped orange gi. He refused to wear new clothes. He said these clothes reminded him of his mission. Survivor Gohan looked different from the Gohan of this timeline. He was missing an arm in the future. But thanks to Dende in this timeline healing him, his arm was back. But his spirit was still scarred. He had a cold look in his eyes. He didn't look like a scholar. He looked like a soldier. Beerus nodded. 5. This Gohan was strong. He had the power of rage. Then the back door opened. The present. Gohan walked out. He was wearing glasses and a sweater vest. He was holding a stack of books. He looked confused. He saw the destruction in the garden. He saw the duplicates. He adjusted his glasses. He asked what was going on. Beerus looked at him. He sighed. He asked if this Gohan could fight. Survivor Gohan looked at his scholarly counterpart. He walked over to him. He looked him up and down. He touched the sweater vest. He shook his head. Survivor Gohan said that this version of him was soft. He said that books would not save the universe. Present Gohan looked offended. He said that he was strong too. He said he had been training in secret. He dropped the books. He powered up. A white aura surrounded him. It was the mystic form, but it was a bit rusty. Survivor Gohan nodded. He said it was acceptable. He said he would train him. He would make him a warrior again. Beerus counted. 6. They needed 4 more. Piccolo descended from the sky. He had been meditating on the roof, ignoring the noise. He landed next to the Gokus. He crossed his arms. 7. Piccolo was a must. He was smart. He was a tactician. And he had wisdom. Beerus asked who else. Happy Goku raised his hand. He suggested Buu. Beerus nodded. Buu was strong. But Buu was always sleeping. Whis checked his staff. He said Buu was currently in a hibernation sleep for 2 months. Beerus screamed. He hated that pink blob. Okay, no Buu. Who else? Survivor Vegeta suggested Android 17. He remembered that in his timeline, the androids were evil. But here, they were good. And they had infinite energy. That would be useful in a long tournament. Happy Goku said he would go ask 17. He knew where he was. 8. They needed 2 more. Happy Goku suggested Android 18. She was 17's twin. She was strong too. And she was right there at Kam House usually. 9. 1 spot left. Beerus looked around. He asked if there was anyone else strong. Happy Goku scratched his head. He thought about Master Roshi. He thought about Tien. He thought about Krillin. But then, Survivor Goku spoke up. He said they needed someone who would do anything to win. Someone who didn't care about rules. Someone who was ruthless. He suggested Frieza. Everyone went silent. Present. Vegeta shouted, "Absolutely not." He said he would not fight alongside that lizard. He would rather die. Survivor Vegeta agreed. He said Frieza destroyed their planet. It was an insult to their race. Survivor Goku said he understood. But this was about survival. If they lost, they were erased. Frieza was strong, stronger than Roshi or Krillin. Happy Goku shook his head. He said Frieza was too dangerous. He might betray them. He might attack them during the tournament. It was too risky. Beerus agreed. No Frieza. They didn't need him. They had 4 Saiyans. They had plenty of power. They needed utility. They needed someone with tricks. Piccolo spoke up. He suggested Master Roshi. He said Roshi knew techniques that could wring out opponents without using brute force. He knew the Mafuba. He knew hypnosis. He had experience. Beerus thought about it. He remembered the Mafuba jar. It almost worked on Zamasu. It was a good technique. He nodded. 10. Master Roshi would be the 10th member. So the team was set. Happy Goku, Survivor Goku, Present Vegeta, Survivor Vegeta, Survivor Gohan, Present Gohan, Piccolo, Android 17, Android 18, Master Roshi. It was a strange team, a team of duplicates and legends. Beerus told them they had 40 hours before the tournament started. He told them to rest, to eat, to prepare their minds. He told Whis to fix the garden. Whis tapped his staff. The tiles flew back onto the roof. The trees stood back up. The grass became green again. It was like the fight never happened, but the tension remained. Survivor Goku did not want to rest. He walked over to Whis. He asked Whis if he could train in the gravity room. He said he needed to get used to his body again. He said the fusion had expanded his limits, and he wanted to reach that power on his own. Whis smiled. He said that was a very Saiyan thing to say. He opened a portal to his staff. He sent Survivor Goku into a pocket dimension to train. Survivor Vegeta saw this. He ran over. He demanded to go too. He would not let Kakarot get ahead of him. Whis sent him in too. Now the two survivors were training in a dimension where time moved faster. They would get a month of training in 40 hours. Meanwhile, far away in the void of the erased timeline, the shadow was growing. It was feeding on the leftover energy of the destroyed universe. It ate the radiation from the Holy Wrath Ball. It ate the despair of the billions of humans who died. It ate the divine energy of the dead Zamasu. The shadow began to take a shape. It looked like a humanoid, but it was made of black smoke and red static. It had no face, only two glowing red eyes. It floated in the nothingness. It was lonely. It was hungry. It sensed something. It sensed a massive gathering of energy far away. It sensed the world of void, where the Grand Priest was preparing the arena for the tournament. The shadow was drawn to it. It was drawn to the power. It wanted to consume it. The shadow raised a hand. It did not have fingers, just claws of smoke. It slashed at the fabric of the void. It was weak, but it was persistent. It slashed again and again. It was looking for a way out. It was looking for a door. It whispered a name. Goku. It remembered that name. That name was the source of its pain. That name was the source of its creation. The shadow was the manifestation of the Zero Mortals plan's failure. It was the grudge of Zamasu that refused to die, and it was coming. Back on Earth, Present Gohan was training with Survivor Gohan. They were in the mountains. Survivor Gohan was brutal. He did not hold back. He kicked Present Gohan into a rock. Present Gohan coughed. He stood up slowly. He adjusted his glasses, which were cracked. "You are too slow," Survivor Gohan said. "You think too much. You calculate the punch before you throw it. In a real fight, you don't have time to calculate. You just act." Present. Gohan wiped his mouth. "I am a scholar. I use my brain. That is my strength." Survivor. Gohan shook his head. "Your brain is a shield you hide behind. You are afraid of your power. You are afraid that if you let go, you will hurt someone. But if you don't let go, everyone dies." Survivor Gohan powered up. He lost his arm in his timeline protecting Trunks. He remembered the pain. He remembered the helplessness. He charged at his double. "Show me your anger. Show me the power that killed Cell." Present. Gohan closed his eyes. He thought about Videl. He thought about Pan. He imagined Zamasu killing them. He imagined the dark future his double lived in. Something snapped inside him. A spark. He opened his eyes. They were teal. His aura exploded. It was the ultimate form fully realized. He caught Survivor Gohan's punch. The ground cracked under their feet. Survivor Gohan smiled. It was a rare, genuine smile. "There he is," Survivor Gohan said. "Welcome back." At the lookout, Piccolo was meditating. He was connecting with the earth. He felt the energies of the warriors. He felt the anxiety. He felt the determination. Dende walked up to him. Dende looked worried. "Mr. Piccolo," Dende said, "I have a bad feeling." Piccolo opened one eye. "About the tournament?" "No," Dende said. "About something else. Something dark. I can feel a disturbance in the flow of time. It feels like a wound that won't heal." Piccolo stood up. He looked at the sky. He knew Dende had special senses as a guardian. If Dende was worried, it was serious. "We will focus on the tournament first," Piccolo said. "If we don't win that, there is no future to worry about." 40 hours passed quickly. The Z fighters gathered at Capsule Corp. They were all wearing their fighting clothes. The 2 Gokus wore their orange GIs. The 2 Vegetas wore their armor. Survivor Vegeta had Bulma make him a new one, identical to the one he lost. The 2 Gohans wore the same orange GI, honoring their father. The androids wore casual clothes. Master Roshi wore his martial arts uniform. Piccolo wore his purple Demon Clan outfit. Beerus and Whis stood in front of them. The Supreme Kai of Universe 7, Shin, was there too. He looked nervous. "All right," Beerus said. "Listen up. The rules are simple. No weapons, no killing, no flying, unless you have wings. Knock the enemies off the stage. If you fall off, you are out. The last team standing wins." Survivor Vegeta scoffed. "No killing. That is a handicap." Beerus glared at him. "It is a rule. If you kill, you are disqualified, and I will destroy you myself. Do you understand?" Survivor Vegeta grunted. "Fine." The Grand Priest appeared in the sky. He descended in a pillar of light. He looked at the team. He counted them. 10 warriors, he said. "Excellent. Universe 7 is ready." He waved his hand. A giant teleportation circle appeared on the ground. "Step inside," the Grand Priest said. "The world of void awaits." The team stepped into the circle. Bulma ran up to them. She hugged Survivor Vegeta. Then she hugged Present Vegeta. She kissed them both on the cheek. "Win," she said. "For both of us." Survivor Vegeta blushed. He turned away to hide it. Present Vegeta smirked. Easy." Chi-Chi ran up and hugged both Gokus. She handed them both a bento box. "Don't fight on an empty stomach," she yelled. Happy Goku laughed. "Thanks, Chi-Chi." Survivor Goku held the box. He looked at it like it was gold. He hadn't had Chi-Chi's cooking in years. A single tear rolled down his cheek. He wiped it away quickly. "Thank you," he whispered. The circle glowed bright. The warriors vanished. They were transported across dimensions. They traveled through a kaleidoscope of colors. Then they arrived. The world of void. It was a place with no sky, no stars, no bottom. Just an infinite black emptiness. Floating in the middle of the nothingness was the giant spinning top. The arena. It was massive. They landed on the stage. The gravity was heavy. The air was thin. They looked around. Other teams were arriving. They saw Universe 6. They saw Hit. They saw Kaba. They saw 2 female Saiyans. They saw Universe 11. The Pride Troopers. Jiren was there. He stood like a statue. His eyes were closed. His power was invisible, but it felt like a mountain pressing down on them. Survivor Goku looked at Jiren. He felt a shiver go down his spine. "That guy," he said. "He's strong." Happy Goku grinned. "I know. I can't wait to fight him." Survivor Vegeta looked at the Universe 6 Saiyans. He felt a strange connection. He walked over to Kaba. "You," Vegeta said. Kaba bowed. "Master Vegeta, it is good to see you." Kaba looked at the 2 Vegetas. He blinked. Master Vegeta? Survivor Vegeta crossed his arms. Don't ask. Just fight well. Show me the pride of the Saiyans of Universe 6. The Grand Priest floated high above the arena. The two Zenos, the Omni Kings, were sitting on their thrones. They were cheering. Goku! Goku! They shouted. They saw two Gokus. They clapped their hands. Two Gokus, double the fun. The Grand Priest raised his hand. His voice echoed through the void. Warriors of the universes, he announced. The tournament of power begins. Explosions of energy erupted all over the arena. Beams of light crossed the sky. The sound of battle began instantly. Survivor Goku did not wait. He saw a group of fighters from Universe 9. They were wolves. The trio de danger. They looked sneaky. Survivor Goku charged at them. He was not playing. He kicked Basil in the face. He punched Lavender in the stomach. He grabbed Bergamo by the tail and swung him around. Happy Goku joined him. Hey, save some for me. The two Gokus fought back to back. They were a perfect team. One fought with joy, one fought with rage. They were a hurricane of orange. Survivor Vegeta and Present Vegeta stood side by side. They were surrounded by fighters from Universe 4. Small, tricky fighters. Shall we? Present Vegeta asked. Let's show them the power of the Prince, Survivor Vegeta said. They both raised their hands. Big Bang attack. Final flash. Two massive blasts shot out. They cleared a path through the enemies. It seemed like Universe 7 was dominating. They had the power. They had the numbers. But in the corner of the arena, something was wrong. A small crack appeared in the floor of the stage. Not a crack from a punch. A crack in reality. Purple smoke started to seep out. Nobody noticed it at first because of the chaos. But Jiren opened his eyes. He looked at the crack. He felt it. The shadow had found a way in. The energy of the tournament was too delicious to ignore. The barrier between the void of the erased timeline and the world of void was thin, and the shadow was hungry. The purple smoke swirled. It started to form a shape. It was small at first. It looked like a puddle of ink. Then it stood up. It took the shape of a warrior. It mimicked the shape of the strongest person nearby. It took the shape of Jiren, but it was black and red. A shadow Jiren. It roared. The sound was not a voice. It was pure static. It lunged at the nearest fighter, a warrior from Universe 3. The shadow Jiren grabbed the robot warrior. It did not punch him. It absorbed him. The robot dissolved into the smoke. The shadow grew bigger. Survivor Goku stopped fighting. He felt that energy, that cold, metallic, dead energy. He knew that energy. He looked across the arena. He saw the black smoke. No, he whispered. It followed us. Beerus, sitting in the stands, stood up. He dropped his drink. What is that? He shouted. That is not a contestant. The Grand Priest narrowed his eyes. An intruder. The tournament had begun, but a new player had entered the game. A player that did not care about rules. A player that wanted to eat everyone. The shadow turned its red eyes towards the two Gokus. It remembered. It wanted them. It started to run towards them, eating the floor of the arena as it moved. The tournament of power had just turned into a fight for survival against a ghost from a dead future. The episode ends with the shadow entity growing larger and charging towards the Gokus, while the other universes stop fighting to look at the new threat in horror. The past refuses to die. The tournament is interrupted. Can the warriors unite against the encroaching darkness?